Welcome back, fellow shop rats. I am so stressed out. I don't even know where to begin. So let's talk about it. It's Talk About It Tuesday. Let's watch the show intro. We'll see you in about 5 seconds. I'm Mike, and this is
Buy Cars Shop.
I've been around the auto industry pretty much all my life. I've worked in other fields, but always been associated with the auto industry at more than just a hobbyist level. One thing I've seen is people definitely do get stressed out about a lot of stuff in the auto industry, and that's legit. I get it when people's cars aren't working right, or your own car isn't working right, and you're dependent on it in transportation, or the cost to repair is more than you can afford. And well, that's probably worthy of some stress. But what vexes me is when it's a hobby and people are acting like 2-year-olds and throwing tantrums and getting stressed out about something that's just supposed to be fun. I recently had an experience at the Auto Parts, my local body shop chopper, where we were checking in on some parts that I've ordered for the Forsyth Duster, and they're nowhere to be seen yet. And that doesn't surprise me with all the supply chain issues. They did tell me that the parts should be in at the end of September, and I did make the mistake of not asking them to clarify what year. Now, the parts manager is a guy I've known for a long time, like going back 20 plus years, and he knows what I do and so forth, and he was calling, trying to find out about the parts, what was going on, and etc. And he was stressing about it a little bit, and I could see the frustration level going up as he wasn't getting the answers that he wanted. And I just said to him, hey, it's just a car, dude. It doesn't matter. It's not worth stressing about. This is a hobby, and this is supposed to be fun. I'm not going to stress about anything related to the hobby. That's for sure. Working in the shop is my one sanctuary that's an escape from all of the stress and the pressure and the anxiety of my daily life, because I work in technology, and a lot of people know that the tech field, the tech industry, technology in general, is a battle zone right now. It's awful, the things that are going on, and we are in an all-out war. And there's plenty of stuff that I get stressed out about, both within technology and just what's going to come at us next, as well as being a business owner and trying to make my next payroll or pay the next bills that need to be paid, or all the stuff that goes there. I lose sleep over that. I really do. But one thing I refuse to lose sleep over is the hobby or the channel. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's my escape from all of that hoo-ha. I mean, let's face it, if I don't get a floor pan for the Duster, is it the end of the world? There was a famous preacher that many of you probably know named Chuck Swindoll, who said life is about something like 80% attitude and 20% what happens. And I'm not quoting that right, but you get the idea. And there's a lot of truth in that. It's not so much what happens to us as it is the attitude we take about it. And I'm certainly choosing the attitude with the hobby and the channel and all the stuff I have going out in the shop that, hey, it's just a car. It's not a big deal. World peace doesn't depend on whether or not I get a floor pan for the Duster. I mean, after all, I can always make one. It's no big deal. For me personally, even if I'm doing customer work, I don't work on the dailies anymore, and stuff gets done when it gets done, and I don't feel a lot of stress and pressure about that. Sometimes I do feel a little bad that I don't get things done as quickly as maybe I might or feel like I should, but I have to remind myself, at the end of the day, it's all just toys. So what have I learned over the years is to choose what I put my energy into, and to choose the things that I can choose to keep my stress and anxiety level down. There's enough things in this world and in this life that I really can't choose, because there's so many other things that depend on, and I battle that every single day. I do admit that I both feel sad and kind of laugh when I'm either at an auto parts or I'm reading something online and somebody is having a major meltdown because they can't find the correct piece of tape that they need for the wire harness with the correct numbers on it to complete their numbers matching car. Now, I'm not dismissing that. I'm not saying it's not important. but it's a friggin' hobby for most of us. Okay, for some people it is their income and they have deadlines and they have financial things that are tied up in it. Okay, I kind of get that, but I mean, let's face it, 95% of us, that's not where we're at in this thing. We're here for fun. And I think, why would we let ourselves get so upset about stuff we have absolutely no control over, which I'm kind of preaching to the choir about my daily life and that, even still. But still, the stakes are a lot higher. So I'm making excuses and justifying being stressed. But why would we allow ourselves to suck the joy out of one of the very few things in our lives that does give us joy, is a lot of fun? I mean, we got to guard that pretty well. And one of the things I've learned when you're doing projects that are super deep, like the Forsyth Duster or the Stitches Challenger or the Golden Mullet or, well, any of the other cars really that we're working on, is there's always something else you can be doing while you're waiting for that one thing. I mean, for example, the Oakland was down for several months with a problem that I couldn't figure out. And you would think it's the simplest car on the face of the earth. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out. And I will admit that I did lay awake at night sometimes wondering what the absolute heck was going on with that thing and why it wouldn't run right. And I did figure that out. So you can go over there, and it's a couple episodes back in that playlist, and you can see what I discovered, because, I like you to watch other stuff on the channel too. But another thing is people getting stressed about their YouTube channels and what's happening and what's not happening. And I mean, I get it. I'm doing this for fun, but I'm also doing this for some potential revenue to help fund so many of the projects and maybe someday provide a little income for my family. And yeah, I get discouraged maybe. I don't say I get frustrated, but I do feel discouraged when there are setbacks. And like lately, things have been a little bit dead on the channel and the revenue is down. And I mean, I'm not making much. I make enough to buy a gallon of gas or two a month. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's disappointing because you work so hard and you pour so much energy into it. Or as I said in the last Stitches episode, somebody comes in and pisses in your Cheerios and says all kinds of, not just criticisms, but they're just being a jerk. It is what it is. I don't really care what people think, but it's like, really? You got to come in and harsh my mellow? This is the one place in life I get away from idiots like you. But that's the nature of social media, and I know that. So I may choose to do a little bit of frustration with that, but not a lot. Maybe. I hope not. Keep it all in perspective. This is supposed to be something that brings us joy and gives us an escape from all the stress and the pressure of life. And if we carry that over in there and don't keep things in perspective, then we're going to be frustrated. Now, we each enjoy the hobby in different ways, and some of us enjoy building and some enjoy driving and all of that stuff. And let's face it, stuff happens. It does. Sometimes things break down and we don't get to drive our car for a year or two while we're either waiting for it to get fixed or waiting for the money to fix it or whatever. And we have to really check ourselves before we wreck ourselves on that one, because there's still plenty of things we can think about and things we can do and things we can dream about the cars that we have. And if not, we can always dream about getting another one. I'm just rambling on, but I wanted to share these thoughts with you because I don't like seeing people suck the joy out of the very thing that they have that's supposed to be an escape from the stress and the pressure of the world. So keep it all in perspective. It's just a car.
It's just a car.
That's going to do it for this one. Drop your thoughts down there in the comments. Tell me what you think. What's your perspective on all of this? I appreciate you watching. We're over on the Face thing /MyCarShop. We're over on Instagram /MyCarShop. And of course, we're here on YouTube. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the stuff that you hear repeatedly from pretty much everybody that puts out content. And another thing you could do is share these videos with people that you think would be interested. Share them on other social media platforms, discussion forums, wherever you happen to go. Just spread the word.
It's good to get the word out.
Right, Daddy? That's going to do it for this one. We'll catch you on the next one.
Rock!